Cards have always been special. They seem to have a magical property of always existing, like language, but also being completely made up. So I chose to memorize a deck of cards as a starting point, and I will be putting a video out next week of me doing my best to recall an entire deck of cards. As I've grown up, I've learned that there are certain habits I have that don't really help in certain situations. One of those is not wanting to waste money, supplies, or time. The clearest example of this is the way it feels when I'm not sure I'm going to fill a 75-cent notebook. And that makes it all disorganized, but I just have this weight pulling down on my chest that I feel like I'm wasting something that could be used for something else. I don't want to use a system of memorization and then get better and have to change all the fundamentals of it, like changing the characters. In the person, action, object method, you choose characters. So I watched some explanation videos of the PAO method, and they don't go in depth about which people they chose and what actions and objects they chose. So I googled a complete list of somebody's, and I figured out why no one shares their list. But I still really want to do this, so I had to take a leap of faith and asked a large language model to generate hundreds of names, actions, and objects. And I was just hoping that something stuck. And I haven't picked out my full deck, but I have all the face cards. I want to be able to memorize a deck of cards in a week. These cards have names. One of the problems I had was, how do you distill a person down to an action and an object? It's at one point really hard to know somebody for one specific thing. Another problem I had was, how do you remember lots of different people that aren't in front of you all the time? For example, Shaq pulling down a backboard is very easy for me to imagine once I got that in my mind. But it was super hard for me to come up with.